Hey everybody, welcome back to my Project 13. Thanks for coming on by and checking out this vid. Appreciate your time and your support. Got the Google Pixel 4a shooting this video in 1080p, 30 frames per second, 8 megapixel shooter on the front, a 12 megapixel shooter on the rear. I'll talk about the cameras a little bit more in a few. This video is an update about a month later with my Pixel 4a. Huge shout out to Google for sending me this device to use, review, and share that with all of you. And I get to keep it. Wow. Huge shout out, hashtag Team Pixel. Now, I don't believe in final reviews because things are always changing with any smartphone that you use, whether it's a budget, mid-range, or flagship. Things are going to change, hopefully for the positive, right? We don't want any negatives. Just recently, we got Android 11. And with Android 11, comes a lot of new features to utilize to better your experience while using any Pixel device outside of the original Pixel, the very first one. So if you haven't checked for that update, go check it out. It's there waiting for you. And for those of you that have Android 11, please let me know what you are digging most about the features that are there. For me, it'll take some time to adopt some of them into what I typically do with any smartphone, but there are some areas there that are pretty cool. Conversation notifications, bubble chats, notification history, the ability to screen record, and so much more. So that's exciting. So as you can see, if I had made this video a week ago, I would have had to do another update if I had called that a final review because, well, Android 11 comes out, so now I have to update the information on my Google Pixel 4a. Not that I have to, I would want to share that with all of you. So never a final review, just updating the experience. And that's what I'm doing with this smartphone. And let me begin with the device itself. It's a small device, but I'll tell you this, when I'm watching movies and videos on this beautiful 1080p AMOLED display, I literally forget the size of the display. It's a 5.8 inch AMOLED display. And so, I forget that I'm holding this smaller smartphone in hand because I'm so used to using bigger smartphones. And we have this hole punch when you're holding the Google Pixel 4a in landscape, bottom left-hand corner is that hole punch. Well, as I'm watching movies and videos, I forget that that's even there. And then you combine the visual experience with the audio experience from the dual speaker. Man, just a great experience. Are they the best speakers? Are they the loudest? No, they sound really good. And as a solo device, my media intake is solid. Now, this video is not to compare the Google Pixel 4a to any other device out there. That's not what this video is about. It's about the Google Pixel 4a and what it's done for me overall in the last month. But yeah, it's a solid little device. It's a little powerhouse that, well, I even hate using the word budget because there's so much flagship underneath the hood. It's got the Qualcomm Snapdragon 730. It's got 6 gigs of RAM, 128 gigs of onboard storage. It doesn't have expandable storage, but 128 gigs is a lot of memory. And, well, for me, it's plenty. it's plenty. And so the experience while holding this smartphone in hand and utilizing everything that I want to utilize day in and day out of pocket, in hand, functionality is awesome. And with Android 11, we're going to have a lot more of that to play with and utilize and adopt into our behavior. But it's just been a solid performer with the Qualcomm Snapdragon 730, and with the amount of RAM and storage, no issues whatsoever. Connectivity as a phone calls, texting, all of that doing what it needs to do. It's getting the job done as far as connectivity, utilizing 4G LTE, whether it's in the home or out and about like right now, or if I'm on Wi-Fi. So no issues with connectivity, and that's very important, especially if there's an emergency. You got to make sure that you can make that phone call and receive that phone call, and the same with texting. Got to be able to have that working for you. As far as battery life, with the 3540 milliamp battery, no issues whatsoever, man. I'm going to throw up some screenshots. My battery life is amazing. I'm not going to say any more than that. I'm going to just let the screenshots speak for themselves. But yeah, wow. If anybody is having any issues out there, do your homework. See what it is that you can do to change that for yourself. There's so much that goes into battery and how that works for every single one of us, and we're also different in how we utilize our smartphones, that it's not going to be the same. So if you're getting a horrible battery life, but everybody else seems to be, a high percentage of everybody else is getting great battery life, then there's something that maybe you're just not doing to manage your device to have it work for you when it comes to battery life. For me, if I'm going to run out of battery life, I just plug in. Like if I'm in the car, I plug in 15-20 minutes, I'll make it through the day. But with the Google Pixel 4a, no, my day is going great when it comes to battery life, no issues whatsoever. And now I want to talk about the cameras. And well, we only got one on the front and one on the back. That 12 megapixel shooter on the rear, amazing. Sure, we don't have 4K 60 frames per second. We have 1080p 30 and 60, and the video is beautiful and smooth. This road is rough, man. I've been hitting some rough roads, so hopefully there's not a lot of rattling, a lot of shaking, and that the OIS is doing what it needs to do. Crazy. And again, this mount is old, so, well, I'm really testing the Google Pixel 4a right now. So the camera on the rear, yeah, video's beautiful and smooth, vivid, sharp, no complaints. Hey everybody, welcome back to my Project 13. Thanks for coming on by and checking out the early morning vlog. Got the Google Pixel 4a shooting this vid in 4K, 30 frames per second, attached to my Fantasy windshield suction smartphone mount. There might be a little bit of rattling. Hopefully not too much. But if you can hear that rattling, that just means the audio is amazing. I'm shoot a little video and test out stabilization. We're going to go down this little hill. I'm going to run down it and let me know how the stabilization was as I was going down that tiny little hill. Google Pixel 4a. Very nice. Very nice. Hey everybody, welcome back to my Project 13. Thanks for coming on by and checking out this video test with the Google Pixel 4a. The rear cam, shooting this video in 4K 30 frames per second. We do have optical image stabilization on, so let me know how everything looks, how everything sounds. Picture quality, point and shoot, amazing pictures. I'm going to be throwing up some samples so you can look at all of that. We don't have that wide angle shooter that so many of us love. And wow, really, really shaky right there. And sure, there's some areas that are missing that wide angle shooter. Not having 60 frames per second with 4K. On the front, not having 1080p 60 frames per second, only 30 frames. But those are not deal breakers, because what you're getting with this one single shooter, there's a lot of smartphones out there that are flagships that can't even do what the Google Pixel 4a can do with a camera, one camera on the front and one camera on the rear. Seriously, it's killing it, loving it, digging it. What, I don't care. Well, that's my opinion. I know maybe some of you really care about that. We have a headphone jack. I love being wired in. I love over-the-head headsets, and I love to plug in and listen to my music that way, or watch movies and videos. The audio quality that's being fed into my ears by being wired in, the audio is so pure, it's so raw. Man, I love it that way. Totally dig it. I don't mind Bluetooth, but I'd rather be wired in. These roads need some work. Let's see. And we have that fingerprint reader on the back that's just fast. It's amazing. I love it. I love it. I hope that never goes away. I just hope it never goes away. Overall, that's my experience. I'm as excited today, a month later, as I was when I first got the smartphone in, when Google first sent it out to me, when they first took me on to the team. Now, I know I did not buy this smartphone. It was sent to me. Okay, we just went over that. I was going to buy it anyway, and I know I'd still be giving you the same information. This device is one killer little powerhouse smartphone that has so much to give, even without certain areas that are not there. For everything that it has to give, it makes up for that. At 350 smacks. Are you kidding me? Google, you did it right. You did it right. And that is my update on my Google Pixel 4a a month later. Super stoked to be able to take the time to share this information with all of you. If there's anything that I missed, please ask down below in the comment section, and I'll do my best to get back to you in a timely fashion. And with that being said, please stay safe and healthy. God bless. Peace. I am out.